今日は日本の世間話って天気の話多すぎねということで世界の世間話について聞いてみたいと思います。 Let's find out! こんにちは。全人類と友達になる男、僕がミスター富士です。そして
アロンです。
アナです。
プロです。
これです。
新しいのが
今はさ5人いるからさ変な挨拶してもみんなでさういうってできるけど2人でいる時にこれ毎回やってくる
お疲れ様。
今日のテーマは日本の世間話天気の話多くね、いろんな国の世間話聞いてみたい。
今日さ、暑くない？
暑い
いい天気じゃん。
いい天気。
いい天気。今日晴れてるもん。っていうのは日本の世間話。
日本の世間話は天気の話が多いと思うことある？
ある。
Of course.
Like, oh, it's so hot, oh, it's so cold, it's so
Right.
it's this.
Right. じゃあ日本の世間話は、
はい、
その天気の話が多いって言うんであれば、
はい、
あなたたちの国はどんな話するんですか？
面白い話。家族について。
というのを今日は聞いていきたいと思います。で、ただね、シチュエーション決めとかないと分かんないよね。
そうです。
Alright。だからシチュエーションとしては、喋ったことある同じ部署のそんなに仲良くない同僚、
Okay.
とエレベーターの中で2人。
はい。
Sure。まあ日本だったら今日暑いですよね。
そうですよね。
昨日すごく寒くなかったですか？ああ、わかる。風邪ひかないようにしないといけないですよね。っていうのが結構オーソドックスな、会話だけど、みんなの国でも聞いていきたいと思います。それでは行ってみましょう。
So in Canada, hockey, ice hockey is a very popular sport, right?
Yeah.
And so in the elevator, you'd be like, "Oh, did you watch the Leafs game last night?" That would probably be a topic. The Leafs is the Toronto Maple Leafs, one of the major hockey teams, and then complain about the weather. So
It's a complaint about the weather. That's
yeah, because in Canada you never you always complain. Like, there's never anything positive to say about the weather. It's always like it's too hot, it's too cold, it's too rainy, it's too slushy, it's too humid, it's the wind chill is too cold. This and this and this. Canadians love to complain. So that's
right. I think a complaint is a very good source of conversation. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can start a conversation with a complaint.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Because everyone gets a complaint, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone can understand. Because if you say, "Oh, it's just so hot today," be like, "Yeah, I know."
I know, right? And then you feel like, oh, 気持ちわかる。You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
それちょっと心ちっちゃくない？
なんで？What do you mean?
いや例えば日本だったらもちろんあるよ、なんかちょっと暑すぎますよねっていう時もあるけど、
Okay.
今日はなんか春ですごく気持ちいいですよね、外が。そうですよねっていう会話をよくするけど、
次は？
幸せになれると思わない？そしたら
じゃあ次は？
次お花見ですかね。
I think the thing is that Japan is blessed with good weather for a lot of the year, though, right?
Yes.
So Canada is in the top half of North America, and it's just cold and just it's bad weather 365. That's not true, but a lot of the times it's pretty bad. So like in the summertime, summer is only like 2 months. And it gets really humid depending on where you live. It gets really humid for like a few weeks, and during that time they can't handle it. It's just so hot, like your feet will burn on the pavement, and then you go to the beach and the sand is too hot, blah blah. But in the wintertime, it gets down like -30, -40, right? Depending on the place, and with wind chill, it's just a disaster, right? And so people complain about that. And then in the springtime, there are allergies, right? People have a lot of spring allergies, and so they complain about that. And so it's just one endless complaining. That's what life of a Canadian is like.
でもなんか分かった。結構カナダの天気が厳しいから。それはまあ確かにコンプレインしたくなる。でもさ、ホッケーってさ、みんな興味あるの
？Yeah, I think most people, right? Most people. I mean, I personally don't, but like when I was in school, everyone would be talking about the hockey game. Everyone would be talking about the hockey game. Yeah, and so that's why I felt really left out when I didn't watch the hockey game. Right?
I know exactly.
Exactly. Hockey Night in Canada is like there's a TV program, Hockey Night in Canada.
それ例えばさ、相手の人がホッケー好きかどうか全然知らなくてもホッケー見たって言ったりするってこと？
I guess so. Yeah, you'd ask.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
you'd
nanda.
ask.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a bonding experience.
Right,
isn't it?
right, yeah.
It's kind of higher percentage that he knows something about.
Right. Especially if it's like a guy to a guy.
Yeah.
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 Sports. Yeah, sports.
日本も野球がそのカナダのホッケーくらいにみんなに見られてたんだけど、最近はサッカーとかも人気だし他のスポーツもあるから、その人が好きかどうかわからないけど野球見ましたみたいなことはあんま聞かないかもしれない。
Do a lot of Japanese people talk about Otani-san and
He told you.
Two swords?
He can pitch and bat.
yeah.
Okay. I
Like
see.
Babe Ruth.
Oh, so
大谷選手くらいの選手が来たら野球がどうこうというよりは大谷選手すごいですよねは言うかもしれない。
Only about him, right?
Only about Otani.
Yeah.
もうテレビのニュースとかですごく放送されてるから、
True.
本当にすごいよね大谷選手ね。
You know, he's Japanese.
He's
you know,
Japanese. Yeah, exactly. That's
め
true.
っちゃ嬉しいんだよね。
That's true. That's true.
MVP, man.
Yeah, but truly, yeah, he's a big deal. Yeah.
He's big
He
deal.
is.
ポルです。マレーシア人です。日本4年目です。
そこまで聞いてない。
先行は
Well, I think in Malaysia, just like what Aaron just said, in Canada they talk about hockey, but in Malaysia most likely they'll talk about soccer.
そうなの
Yeah. Although we are not very good in soccer, but we love watching soccer. And especially like English Premier League, if you know.
Oh,
what it is.
really?
Yeah.
マレーシアのそのサッカーやってる話じゃなくて、
はい
イギリスとかのサッカーの話をするってこと？ヨーロッパの。
そうですそうです。Because EPL is, from what they say, is more interesting than all other leagues.
Really?
マジで
So yeah, because those are games normally will start at midnight, and people will work the other day, so they watch at midnight and have very little sleep, and then work the next day. By judging from their face, we know whether he or she watched the game.
Oh, you look tired. You must have watched the game, right? Yeah.
That's so
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
Oh my god.
確かにマレーシアってさ、天気一年中一緒だから話すことないよね。
まあ毎日みんな暑いね、そうですね。
暑くない時ないでしょ。
あまりない。
あんまりないでしょ。
Is Malaysia like the same as the Philippines? Like I've heard from my friends in the Philippines that nothing freezes in the Philippines and there's only two seasons. There's wet and there's rainy season. Is that true for Southeast Asia?
But Philippines has a typhoon period. We
Right.
don't really have that.
Oh, it doesn't hit where you guys
Yeah.
are. Oh, okay.
It's just wet or dry.
It's just wet and dry.
Wet and dry. Yeah.
Or durian season and non-durian season.
ちなみに女の人の同僚と一緒になった時はもうサッカーの話？
女の子だったら、まあ多分サッカーじゃないかな。
どんな話？
ドラマとか。Do you watch Marvel dramas? Have you watched Moonlight? Moonlight.
Sick movie, by the way.
結構仲いい同僚だったら話すかもね。
Okay.
最近これ見てハマってるんですよねって。でもなんかちょっと顔知ってるくらいの人にあのドラマ見ましたとかってなんかちょっとトゥーパーソナルな感じがする。はい、バイロンさん。
Hey guys, Ori-sama no Byron this from America.
America.
I think it's like the same as Aaron. Like, so a lot of people do bring up like sports or something. But if it's like a coworker that you know that you've probably like talked to before, it doesn't matter if like I don't know you're close enough. Maybe you just bring up like, and how's the missus or like how are the kids, and then they would just tell you about like their family life just very casually. It's like, oh yeah, you know, terrible twos as they say. You know, it's like been such like a very big hassle, but I love them. You know, it'd just be like that. You wouldn't go too much into detail about it, but just like a very open-ended question with a coworker. I think that I do agree with like the complaining as well. That's a very good use of conversation. We wouldn't go like, oh yeah, it's really hot today, huh? Yeah, it's really hot. We wouldn't say that. We'd be like, oh my god, it's blazing out there. Oh, I'm sweating. You see this? You see my back? You see my back? Oh my god, it's wet. It's wet. Feel it. Feel my back. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, I don't want to touch that. Oh my god, I have to change my shirt. Did you? Can I borrow an extra shirt? No, maybe not that far, but I think it would be along that kind of like vein to talk about like in an elevator.
多分バイロンだけじゃないあんな喋り方する。
I don't think so.
I'm talking to myself in the elevator.
Yeah.
With a mirror.
How's your
Hey, going? Yeah, pretty good. But yeah, you would just talk about like, I don't know, like you would bring up sports, bring up the family, you would bring up the weather, you would complain about something, maybe you would talk some shit about somebody at work. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
That was what I was gonna say, like,
Yeah.
because when I was working at the bank, everyone wanted to complain about the bank.
Yes.
And then the workplace, oh, did you hear about how so-and-so manager did this and this?
Yeah.
That was so bad.
Ooh, yeah, you talk
Yeah,
about
yeah.
the tea, you talk about the
Right,
tea
right.
at work.
Or you'd be like, oh, I don't want to deal with this thing today. Yeah.
Right.
Or some procedure to deal with, yeah. Or even, like, oh, how's your weekend?
How was your weekend? How was your weekend?
It depends. It's like Monday, Tuesday. How's your weekend? Wednesday onward. What are your plans for the weekend?
What are your plans? Yeah. How's your day going so far? Yeah. If I don't know the person, if like I've seen this person, but how's your day going for so far? Yeah. Oh yeah, it's going pretty well. How about yours? It sucks. I know, right? Yeah, man. Like,
Just small talking.
Manager Fuji's up my ass today. Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
I know he
yeah.
was up my ass last week. Oh, don't worry. Dude, I totally feel you.
Yeah. Here's a good strategy, man. If you do this around him, he'll love it. That kind of
Yeah, exactly. We talk about stuff like that.
Okay, in Romania,
Okay.
complain about politics, I would say. Because here's the thing, like, you know how in America you have like right wing and left wing, and like Republican
Okay,
and Democrat and whatnot. Now it has changed, you know, because now we have more parties. But like back like 5 years ago or so, we used to have multiple parties, but they were all left leaning, and they were all like they would say more or less the same thing, and like everyone would just complain like, yeah, politics is bad again.
I've seen like girls in America compliment each other in the elevator before. It's like,
Oh yeah, you definitely do that. You definitely do that.
Oh my god, where did you get this? Like, I really like your earrings.
And you ask them, like, oh my god, I really like your shirt. Where did you get it from? It's like, oh, I got it from this store. Oh, it was on discount. Oh my god, do they still do that promotion? Oh shit, I have to check it after work.
それはなんか世界共通な気がする、
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
right, right.
女の子
right.
でも政治の話は絶対日本ないでしょ。政治の考え方、思想と、そのパーソナリティが結構くっついてる、日本では。だからそのパーソナリティをあんまり会社の中に持ち込みすぎたらいけないみたいな感じの雰囲気があるから、
Right.
政治はね絶対喋らない。自民党入れますとか絶対言わない。
Right.
Yeah, I feel people don't do that anymore in Romance. And we talk about the weather only when something extreme happened. For example, 2-3 years ago, when it didn't snow all winter, and then it was this very hot heat when it's like up to 20 degrees for like 2 weeks, and then it snowed all of a sudden.
なんか聞いてて思ったのは、パーソナルじゃないことに関しては結構みんな世界共通で喋る気がしてる。例えば日本で地震が起こるとするじゃん。
Okay.
次の日、昨日地震すごかったですねって話は多分すると思うよね。そういう話はするけど、今週末何するんですかとか、絶対聞かれて、てかセクハラだよ、その。マジで。
Really?
月曜日に会って土日何かされましたくらいはまあギリギリ OK な気がするけど、来週何するんですかとかって絶対聞かない。そうそうそう、知ってどうするのってなるから。
Get some
Wow,
ideas.
dude.
Because I've definitely asked people in the elevator before, like, oh, like, what are your plans for the weekend? Kind of.
What are your plans? Yeah. What are your plans for the weekend? Yeah.
なんで知りたいの？
Or doing it.
I don't-
Are you doing anything fun for the weekend? Like, it's a pretty normal thing to ask.
Right. I wouldn't do it because I want to know where this person is. I'm just like, I want this person to feel like,
Yeah.
like we're establishing
Yeah,
rapport.
yeah.
We have this kind of like relationship. Oh, that sounds fun. Cool, man. Well, have fun with that. You
Yeah.
know, I don't want to go like, I'm gonna go find out where you are because you're watching this movie at 5 p.m.
Right.
You know, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
Come on, just tell me what you're doing. Okay, like
Yeah, and you can ask me, and I'll tell you. I don't have anything to hide.
Exactly. Now we both know about each other, and now we're closer because of it.
Exactly. See, that's the point.
Yeah.
That's the point, right? So I think with especially with workspaces, right? You don't want to be working with like complete strangers, right? You want to actually know them to a certain degree, right? So it'd be good to actually build some sort of rapport, and so you'd be able to work more efficiently together.
Correct.
Right? So if for example, a problem came up and you're like, oh, I know, Byron has an answer for that, and I talked to him in the elevator before, and I know that he works in this department, I can ask him about this thing, and it wouldn't be weird.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. It makes your work. Yeah, you get the work done much faster if you know everybody in the office.
I think it just takes down the social barrier of it, maybe.
The wall.
The wall,
yeah.
And in Canada, we have this idea that Americans are just like hyper political and they will express their political opinion anytime, anywhere, regardless of who they're talking to, right? And that's a stereotype and an exaggeration, right? But what I'm curious about is, say you're in an elevator and like if your coworkers, you probably know them to some degree. If they're working at the same place, they probably have similar political views as you, right?
Yeah, okay.
It wouldn't be out of the ordinary to be like, did you hear about the Supreme Court decision, blah, blah, blah.
It would not be out of the ordinary. I've definitely heard that conversation, like even in Japan. But from my American coworkers.
Yeah, there you go. Right.
They're not afraid to show like if they're super right or if they're super left about a situation. Like, they're not afraid to just like state their opinion. I think that like a lot of Americans are just like, this is what I believe, this is me, and I want people to know my opinion. Like, no matter what. This is what I stand for.
I see.
多分それはもっと個人がリスペクトされてるというか大切にされてるんだよね、日本と比べたら。
Okay.
そう、日本というかアジアでその社会の一員、会社のメンバーになってなんか働くみたいな。だから自分のその
個性
とか思いとかっていうのはあんまりこうパーンと出さない感じするから、だからそれはやっぱりいいところだと思うよね、そこに関しては。
Right. I mean, from an American perspective, I think it just like because if you get the opinions of a lot of different like standpoints, then it makes you more, I guess, like it makes you have a more like overlook on the whole situation. So it's like you don't necessarily have to like agree with what the other person is saying. Maybe you can say like, well, I don't necessarily agree with that, but like these are my viewpoints and we can like agree to disagree. And I think that a lot of people, they make the mistake of like, well, the way you think is wrong, and it's very like antagonistic, yeah. And then, you know, a lot of people just can like take a step back and just realize that this person has different views from my own, but it's good to know every single opinion to make like an educated decision. I think.
Open-minded.
Yeah,
Right.
be more open-minded.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
今日いい天気ですね。
I don't think so.
I honestly don't think so. Like, I lived in this part of California for a really long time, and to me, that's not exactly bad weather. Okay.
はい、ですね最後にね1個だけ知りたい、トゥーパーソナルな話ってどこがラインなのかなと思って。そう、じゃあ日本は例えば週末の予定聞くのはトゥーパーソナル、ちょっと知ってる顔の人だけだったら多分トゥーパーソナルでも天気の話は OK どうアメリカは週末の予定聞くのは OK ね。
Okay.
じゃあ
バンクアカウントの残高聞くの
ダメでしょそれ。
Oh my god.
In Romania, like anything regarding your
Your intimate life?
your intimate
Your
life,
intimate life.
it's,
Or your
it's, it's where you cross
health
the line.
condition?
Health condition. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
That's crossing the line.
Yeah.
In my experience, I feel like weight was just more of like of a taboo kind of thing over
Weight?
time. Yeah, it doesn't matter if like they're gaining weight or losing weight. You know, it's bad. Yeah, it's really bad.
You have
Because
to
like
comment on that.
right, because like
Yeah.
if someone is losing weight, it's like they might not be trying to like diet depending on the person.
Yeah.
Maybe they're losing weight because of a health condition.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they can't
Or
help
they're
it.
insecure about their skinniness or something.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you just like taboo, just
Yeah.
not bring that up. You know?
Right. Like my oba-chan, right? She Japanese aunt. She would often say to me like "futotta or something like that. Like she would like saying these things is like normal, right? It's not abnormal
いやもう
to
め
comment
いや
on.
っていうかもうなんならすごい絶対にする話よ。
Right.
そう
Yeah, yeah.
日本人はよくする。
それ
いや
いい
いや
の本当
Yeah.
びっくりした。そうエレベーターで一緒になったらあ痩せましたとかまあ同じ人には言わないあちょっと太りましたとか痩せましたとか絶対言うよ。
Yeah, I feel like that's a no-go.
It's a very gray area with that. I just would not bring it up.
Yeah.
めっちゃ太ってる人に対してもやっぱ言っちゃダメなの。
ダメ。
That's kind of rude.
Yeah.
Fruits.
Bro, you got fat.
Fatty,
Yeah,
dude. I start poking their belly.
Like I think if you were to say like if you know them well enough that that they've been trying to lose weight or whatever
Yes.
and they look visibly fit, you'd be like, man, you look great. I think
That's true. That's safe.
That's
それでギリギリ
I feel like that's giri.
Right.
Yeah.
If it's a general weight comment, I just stray away from that.
Yeah, yeah.
Appearances is just that's just rude, man. Don't bring it
Yeah.
up.
I feel like haircut and stuff like that is okay though.
Cool. Yeah.
But anything that's like harder to change is a bit.
True.
Yeah.
True.
まあここら辺にしとこうかなと思います、皆さんもし知ってたらコメント欄で逆に教えてください。いいラインとダメなラインのちょうど中間地点知りたいよね。 はい、ということで今日は日本って世間話、天気の話多くねということで、いろんな国に対して世間話どんな話をするのか聞いてみました。どうだった？
I think it's it's kind of interesting that like across cultures, humans are humans and they have a universal experience about the world, right? And so the weather is something that everyone experiences, right? And so making a passing comment or a small talk about the weather is a universal thing as well.
I think talking about the weather is a very easy way to start a conversation.
Yeah.
You don't have to think at all.
Everyone knows the answer.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It's an effortless conversation to make.
Yeah.
So it's a way to like escape awkward situations compared to
Because everyone experienced the weather to some degree by getting to work, right? They had to go outside.
It's interesting to know like the strategic ways of like making a conversation because everybody does it for a certain reason, right? Like you imply about the weather because in Japan, like it's a safe option to talk about, and it's not too personal. You don't want to cross the line. You know what I mean? In America and in Canada, you do it because you want to develop a relationship like with this person. Whether it be not a romantic relationship, but just some sort of just like connection.
Yeah.
Right? That's
more
the
than
purpose.
strangers, right?
Purpose.
それでは次の動画でまたお会いしましょう。バイバイ。バイ。チャンネル
6
お願い
します。